iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the FullTime Fantasy Show. FullTimeFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the FullTime Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Everybody, it's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, last night we had a big Beat Dr. Roto draft. So let me go through the teams. Let me see what people did, analyze them, see what went well, what went badly. I see one thing here that I definitely want to discuss, and a team was angry at me, but I'm going to show him that I think I was right and he was wrong. But we'll discuss, okay? So team number one started out with Saquon Barkley, and then he went Thielen, Cooper, Ridley, Kupp. Really good start. Then he comes back with Deshaun Watson in 6, maybe a bit early, but I can't complain. Then takes Darwin Thompson, Justice Hill, Tony Pollard, Vance McDonald, Montgomery. I mean, it's a pretty good team. I like it. I like the team. I don't like the receivers at the end, though. Remember something. This is very important. You can have a killer beginning of the draft, but I never waste a pick. I look at some of these guys at the end. Jalen Richard, Mohamed Sanu. I don't know. The guys are never on my team. I'm just telling you that right now. Guys are never on my team. That doesn't mean they're bad players, just not guys I put on my team. I like his Keyshawn Johnson pick. That was good. But I like guys with more upside than Sanu and Richard. But I like what he did. I think it's a very competitive team. This is a team that I think has a legit chance to win. It really does. I mean, especially if Barkley and Darwin Thompson or Justice Hill. He needs one of those guys to do something, and he'll be good. All right, team 2, Kamara, good start. Then it goes Antonio Brown, Stephon Diggs, Alshon Jeffrey, Mike Williams. I love that start. It's a really good start. Then he comes back with Tariq Cohen, Sammy Watkins, Jordan Howard, Larry Fitzgerald, Ronald Jones. And this is where I think it went off the rails. You know I'm not a big fan of Cohen, even though he's a good player. He's not a weekly guy. You know I don't like Jordan Howard, and Ronald Jones I just would never take ever. Literally ever. Larry Fitzgerald's getting older. I think toward the end of this draft it went awry. Hawkinson and Rudolph, and I don't know. I just think the beginning was super, super strong. The first 5 or 6 picks were really good, and then I started to question the team. But, I mean, let's see. If those 5 or 6 guys can carry him, he may make the playoffs. All right, team number 3. Take Zeke Elliott, which surprised me because I'm taking McCaffrey over Zeke. I am. It was surprised me that Kamara went too, but that's okay. I can live with that. Zeke, then Damian Williams. Edelman, Allen Robinson, Marlon Mack, who I thought was good value. Corey Davis, Kenyon Drake, Baker Mayfield, David Njoku. So if I look at this team, it's Baker, Elliott, Williams, Mack, and Drake. Not bad. Edelman, Robinson, Corey Davis, Moncrief, John Brown. I mean, it's not a bad team. I don't think I'm afraid of that team. I look at that team and go, some guys on bad offenses, right? Davis and Drake. I don't know. But it's not a bad team. It's not a bad team. I could live with that team. It's okay. I like at the end what he did. He got a couple of guys at the end who I like very much. Hunter Renfrow, Jerron Brown. That was smart drafting. So it tells me he's a good drafter. All right, team 4 gets Christian McCaffrey. Lucked into McCaffrey. At 4, you never think you're getting McCaffrey. Then he takes Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So here's my issue with that. 2 guys on the same team. I like them both, and they both could do well. I just don't know whether I would have done that. But, I mean, it's not terrible picks. I just don't know whether I'd do that. Pick 4, he goes with Melvin Gordon. That's risky. See, I think when you have McCaffrey, Evans, Godwin, I don't want risk there. I don't. I probably would have gone maybe, who could I have taken there? Maybe another receiver for sure. I would have taken another receiver. I don't think I needed Gordon there. Then he'd take Tyler Boyd, who I like, O.J. Howard, who I like, Miles Sanders, who I like. He took Valdez Scantling. He took Winston. He's got a good team. There's a good team here. Then he's got guys, Justin Jackson, Malcolm Brown. You know, look, and this is going to come up later. In high-stakes fantasy football, people take your backups way earlier than you think. Because in home leagues, you're like, oh, I'll get my guy. I'll get Malcolm Brown in round, 18. Not in high-stakes leagues. We're on to that. We're going to take a guy way earlier, so you got to pay attention. All right, my friend Tom picked at 5. Started out Hopkins, Allen, Lockett, DJ Moore. That's a good start. It is. That's a legit start. And then he's got Duke Johnson, Latavius Murray, Michael Gallup, Bryda Samuels, Damian Harris, Mark Andrews. He's got Prescott and Trubisky. That's a good team, right? If those receivers hit as they should, and I do like Gallup, you know that, you've got 5 guys who can who do a good job. So when he's picking 5, that's a real good draft. A lot of people wouldn't do all those yellow stickers early, right? They'd want a running back, but he waited, and he got a lot of guys in that mid-rounds. Johnson, Murray, Bryda, Samuels, Harris. If he gets a couple of those guys to emerge, he takes Nyheim Hines later and Ty Johnson later. It's a pretty good team. I like that. All right, Team 6 took David Johnson, then came back with Todd Gurley. Look, if Gurley's the bomb, it's a good draft. Then he took Brandon Cooks and Kenny Golladay, solid. Mark Ingram, solid. Hunter Henry, solid. Will Fuller, solid. Matt Ryan, solid. Geronimo Allison, solid. Then it went off the rails. Deshaun Jackson's injured. Peyton Barber's got no upside. Jimmy Graham's older than I am, which is not a good thing. And then we took 2 defenses. We don't need 2 defenses, guys. Just one, right? Just one defense. Then he took guys like Randall Cobb and TJ Yeldon and Carlos Hyde. Guys I just never would put on my team. All right. Darren at Ithaca Bombers, pick number 7, started out with Devontae Adams and Juju. That Juju lasted there, I mean, is crazy. Adams and Juju is an ideal start in any PPR format. He's already halfway to the playoffs. He came back with Chris Carson and then took Zach Ertz. I don't know whether I would have taken Ertz. I think I would have taken Golladay there and been Adams, Schuster, and Golladay. But look, I can't blame him. Darren's a really good player. Then he took James White and Phillip Lindsay and Rashad Penny. He's got Sterling Shepard, Marvin Jones, Tyrell Williams. Goff is his starter. It's a very solid team. So he's Goff, Carson, White, Lindsay, Penny, Ballage, Adams, Schuster, Shepard, Jones. That's a pretty good team. It's a pretty good team. It's solid as a rock, and he's got a real good chance to win. All right, Dr. Roto, pick 8. I did things in this draft that I've never done, that I don't do. So let me walk you through some of what I did, and then you'll say either Roto, you're crazy, or Roto, you're a genius. I took Tyreek Hill at 8. Beckham was there when I picked, and it was Beckham or Juju. I could have gone either way. I took Beckham just because I love Beckham, but I do love Juju too. Round 3, Kerryon Johnson fell to me. I can't complain about that. Round 4, I took David Montgomery. I looked at Darren Jones. I looked at Devonta Freeman. They were gone. Josh Jacobs. Montgomery, great risk right there. He's my number 2. A lot of guys have David Montgomery as their 1. I have him as a 2. So if he's not that good, I still have him. Right? He's only my 2. He's not going to kill me. Now, here was the next thing. In round 5, I did something completely and utterly unusual. I took Patrick Mahomes. So let me tell you why I did that. I already had 2 receivers and I had 2 running backs. Okay? I didn't really want Sony Michel. I like Sony Michel, but I think at this point there were a lot of names that didn't thrill me. I thought about, Michel and Westbrook and Ingram and Landry and Robbie Anderson, but I ended up taking Patrick Mahomes. So let me explain why. I only did it for one reason. Who was my first pick? Tyreek Hill. I get Mahomes to Hill. And however that hookup does, I do. And if I'm going to have any hookup in the NFL, let it be the best quarterback to one of the best 3 receivers. I can't ask for anything more than that. So I was pretty happy with that. All right, then I took some other guys. So then here's an issue that came up. Team 9 in round 10. So I looked at the board, and this Team 9 took Dalvin Cook in their second pick. And it's the 10th round, and I said to myself, I really want Alexander Mattison. But I thought Team 9 should have taken him. Why? Because they had Cook. You've got to secure your backups. This Team 9 took DK Metcalf. The next pick was immediately Alexander Mattison. And if I'm Team 9, I probably was angry. You could have been angry at me, but you should have been more angry at you. Right? Because you in a high-stakes league can't let somebody else take your backup. You've got to be aggressive. Metcalf, he's okay, but he's not special. Madison's worth a whole lot more to your team because if Dalvin Cook goes down, you're in trouble, right? You got to protect your investment. So in home leagues, we can usually get the Madisons later, but not in high-stakes leagues. In high-stakes leagues, we're vultures. You have to assume that everybody in the league is a vulture. You do. You have to assume that they're vultures. Now, so I took Madison, and I know, I'm happy with that pick. Now, the next thing I did that was crazy. So there's something out there that I call defensive roto. Now, that's not me being argumentative with my wife and being defensive, but I probably am. Defensive roto is when I'll take a player earlier than I probably should because I don't want anybody else in the league to get that player. I took Lamar Jackson in round 12 when I didn't need to. I didn't need to. There were other guys there. However, there were teams that were waiting on their quarterback. And I think Lamar Jackson has serious upside. Now, I don't know whether Lamar Jackson's going to be a huge disappointment or he's going to be the number 2 quarterback in fantasy. He can run the gamut. But I know this. I didn't want another team to get Lamar Jackson because if Jackson turns out to be really good, it's going to make that good team better. So I took Jackson even though I may literally play him once all year. I'm going to play him the week that Mahomes is out. Otherwise, I'm playing Mahomes, right? But I just didn't want anybody else to get Lamar Jackson. That's defensive roto. I don't advise it. I don't think it's a great strategy. Every once in a while, I will do it. Every once in a while, I'll do it. All right. Team number 9 took Bell and Cook. Good start. T.Y. Hilton. Then Aaron Jones and Sony Michel. Fantastic running backs. Then they took A.J. Green and Cortland Sutton, Dante Pettis, D.K. Metcalf, Golden Tate. I think we have issues. Hilton has Brissett. Green is injured. Sutton has Joe Flacco. Pettis has a groin injury. Metcalf has a knee injury. And Golden Tate's out for 4 weeks. I don't know about that. Those are tough receivers. I like all the upside there, but the first 4 weeks, that team could be 0-4. They're going to need those running backs to really hit in the beginning. All right, Team 10 started with James Conner, then Michael Thomas, Leonard Fournette, Devonta Freeman, Conner, Fournette, Freeman, great start. Thomas, Westbrook, Anderson, Emmanuel Sanders, good start. My problem with this team is I hate his quarterback. He took Drew Brees in round 12. He took Drew Brees before Russell Wilson. He took Drew Brees before Lamar Jackson. That one pick right there may have cost that team a championship because Conner, Fournette, Freeman, Coleman is good. Thomas, Westbrook, Anderson, Sanders, respectable. But Drew Brees isn't going to throw for 4,000 yards. This is not Drew Brees from 2015. If it was, this guy could win the league. That was a mistake pick. I think when he goes back and looks at it, hopefully he sees that. I'm taking Russell Wilson. I'm taking Jared Goff. I'm taking Lamar Jackson. I mean, he also has Kirk Cousins, but I mean, that's like going in and getting 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream at Baskin-Robbins. Don't like it. All right, Team 11 started with Nick Chubb and came back with Julio Jones. Round 2 was really good. I mean, Jones and Thomas and Beckham and Schuster, guys that I've seen in round 1. Round 3 took Kittle, then Derrick Henry, then Josh Gordon, then Aaron Rodgers, then Royce Freeman, Anthony Miller, James Washington, Peterson, Hunt. So we went Chubb and Henry, who I like, Freeman, Peterson, Hunt. Receivers are Jones, Gordon, Miller, Washington. Took Rodgers a little early. I don't dislike the team. I like the players, but I wonder whether this is a lot of risk. Gordon is risky, right? Royce Freeman is risky. Peterson's on a bad team. Mecole Hardman's, a backup. He looks better on my team. So I don't know. It's not a bad team. Just a lot of guys there that I'm worried about. And then finally, Team 12 started out with Travis Kelce and Joe Mixon. Look, it's not a roster construct that I would do. So let's look at this team. Wentz and Newton, that's pretty good. Wentz and Newton's good. Mixon, Jacobs, Geis. That's fine. But then his next two running backs, he didn't take until round 14 and 16 with Gio Bernard and Mike Davis. That's a problem. The receivers are Woods, Landry, Kirk, QT, Samuel, Isabella. It's not bad. I like Woods, Landry, Kirk, QT. I kind of like those guys. I just feel like they're all number twos. Woods is a 2, Landry's a 2, Kirk's a 2, QT's a 2. Not bad players, by the way, just a lot of 2s. But that team could be interesting. I mean, that team really needs Kelsey to hit big. And if he does, then we've got he's got a real chance to win. So I hope that breaks it down. I tried my best to really, there's some good teams in this league. There really were. There were a lot. I really didn't feel there were many bad draft picks. And that's always a good sign. So look, there's another Beat Dr. Roto draft on Friday night at 10 p.m. I'd love for you guys to join. Go to playffwc.com right now and sign up. All right, sign up, get into the draft, and we'll have a great time. And then what I'll try to do is on Monday's podcast, if I can, I will break down the draft and we'll analyze it and go through it. Of course, we'll talk about some news too, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fantasy news. All right, now bear with me, guys, because I'm in the hurricane region here, so hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys over the next few days. I'm hoping that will happen. All right, but remember, please go to FullTimeFantasy.com, enter the promo code ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. Also, go to SI.com/fantasy, and you'll see a lot of our articles there. Me, Ronas, Frankie Tadeo, we're doing a lot of articles for you, and we want you to check it out. All right, guys, this is Dr. Roto saying be well. Well, you know what? Wait a second. I forgot. Time now to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Now we can sign off. This is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to Full-Time Fantasy. There's never been a better time to join and go full-time. Visit FullTimeFantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time.